Welcome to another episode of Tinkering Experiments. We are going to be revisiting hydro dipping today. Instead of just spraying paint into a bucket of water, we will be using a dip kit via hydrographic film. We also have a guest with us today on our set. This is John Beeler, and he will be helping us with this experiment. Hi John. This dip kit right here is kindly provided by John as well, and this comes with all the necessary items needed when hydro dipping your PLA parts. And here we have a camouflage film which we will be using for our experiment. According to the instructions, to start we will need to measure the amount of film we need, so let's put this print down and measure it. Afterwards, use some masking tape and mark the area and then cut it out. Once you have done that, apply the tape to the other sides as well. And then the instruction says to just make a small cut on all four sides for a bit more flexibility. Now we are ready for some action. We take the film and then we set it into the water for 60 seconds. Afterwards, we will need to spray this activator on it and wait 10 to 20 seconds before we dip our print in. After the 20 seconds is up, we can start lowering your print slowly into the film. Once you start, don't hesitate and just keep going on. If you pull back out, you may tear the actual film itself. Afterwards, wiggle your print like the previous hydro dipping video that we did, so that the other bits of film don't get stuck on your PLA model when you pull your print back out. Afterwards, take your print to the sink and wash it gently with running warm or hot water to get the PVA off the surface of the print, and then let it dry. If your PLA model still looks glossy afterwards, repeat the process because there is still a bit of PVA on the film and you want to wash all of that off. Let's try another print, this time a slightly smaller one. Once you finish dipping, let it run under hot water or warm water to wash the PVA off, and then let it dry. Okay, let's do one last print. This time, this print is a bit more difficult as it has a lot more rounded edges and there's different spots. Instead of just a oval, we have a corgi. And we'll find out how it will turn out. I actually forgot to mention, remember to wear gloves for this experiment if you're doing it at home or at school, so that the paint doesn't stick onto your fingers or your hands, or you'll be having a weird looking tattoo. In this one, we actually messed up a bit on the bottom left corner. Some water splashed on top and now the ink is just disintegrating. Now let's dip our corgi into the film. We are going to dip it at an angle so that we can have a smooth surface for the head and the back of the corgi. A good thing about hydro dipping is the film usually wraps around the print, so it actually should be able to cover all these corners or angles. Well, here are the prints after washing and drying. We left it overnight to dry just in case. The black one looks awesome in my opinion. It looks like it's stuck on very well to the PLA. The corgi on the other side looks good too, but when you look at it closely, there are some spots in between. I guess maybe we took a bit too long before we dipped it and it dissolved into the water. The instructions suggest a top coat afterwards to seal it so it's scratch proof and it doesn't come off as easily, but we'll just leave it at this for now. Well, there we have it. We tried post-processing with hydrographic film and it turned out very well. We can do some practicing to perfect our techniques, but I would say we still did a pretty good job for our first time. I think this is a relatively easy and fun way to customize your prints. That's the end of our experiment today. If you liked our video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you did not, then a thumbs down below. Remember to subscribe and comment on what experiments you would like to see in the future. Thank you for watching, and thank you John Beeler for joining us for this experiment, and also supplying the dip kit. John is a tech blogger, so make sure to check out his other pages Tinker out.